How y'all, and welcome back to another episode of KCG Plays. My name is Kevin, and today we are doing another challenge video on Luck Be a Landlord. So this is another challenge that was put in by Stephanie. So thanks very much. I'm loving all the different challenges that you're requesting. So I'm probably going to call it, I haven't quite come up with a name, but probably going to call it something like the spawner challenge or something. Basically, if a symbol has a chance of giving another symbol, for example, bartender, beehive, hens, oysters, we have to take it. If it has a chance of becoming another symbol, for example, coal into diamond, or matryoshka doll, or even chickens into eggs. No, eggs into chickens, and then chickens into hens, we don't have to take it. So basically, think of it as if it gets a bonus by conveyor belt, then we have to take it. If it doesn't, then we don't. And like all challenge runs, I will start this on floor number 1. Before we start thinking about this run, this is one that could definitely be either very easy or very hard. I'm probably thinking very hard. I expect that a few of them might be tanked by just getting an early oyster and having a ridiculous amount of pearls, and that's just killing the run. King Midas, although I'm not sure he's affected by conveyor belt because he gives a coin every spin and you can't really double that. I think it will still be an instant pick and could definitely tank the run as well. So let's jump into it. The one thing we know is we're going to have a lot of symbols probably in our inventory, and therefore things like cultists that rely on other symbols, we need a lot of them. Are they worth taking? Possibly. I'll give them a go. I'm not sure, but they might be good in the early game. Here is an oyster, and I think let's take a crab as well. I think if we get conveyor belt, that'll probably ensure that the run is going to end. I'll take a rabbit. They have a few decent synergies. So rabbits aren't must takes. I know they have a chance of adding rabbit fluff, and if we have the item that makes rabbits add rabbit fluff, then they'll become must takes. But until then they're not. Okay, lucky capsule, and let's take pool ball, which is guaranteed 1 per spin. If we get geologist here, silver arrow is okay. If we had gotten geologist there, I would have said this run is an instant win, probably. Let's take a bubble. Silver arrow is pretty decent as well. We could take I meant to take a dwarf there, but I clicked on the banana peel by accident. No worries. Let's take a key. I'm sure we'll pick up a thief at some stage. And 50 coins. We made that rent payment with 16 left over. Okay, we could take a rabbit fluff and hope to find something better. Okay, that makes rabbit fluff now worth 3, which is quite good. I think if I just filled my deck with rabbit fluff, we would probably win. We are still on the first rent payment. Okay, I could take another cultist, which I probably would, but because Goose has a 1% chance of adding a golden egg, then Goose is a must take. Second oyster. Okay, we could take a big urn, I guess. No, we didn't pick up that dwarf. I'll probably skip all of these. Okay, with all the oysters, our board is pretty full and we're quite far ahead. So we made the 100 rent payment with 48 left over. 150 now due in 6 spins. Let's take another lucky capsule. And let's take fish tank, I guess. Okay, what do we get from our lucky capsule? Robin Hood. Now we could re-roll here and hope to get something that would destroy pearls, either a geologist or a... Okay, we didn't. Let's take an omelette, as a rabbit is worth 2. Let's take an omelette, it's worth 3, it's better, even with Maury the rabbit. Okay, I'll take a target, as we do have a silver arrow. And here I could take a, hexes of destruction actually might be the way to go in this run. I'll take another rabbit fluff, but yeah, I'm starting to think hexes of destruction could definitely be a way to go. Okay, we've already made rent, so let's take another hustling capsule for our pool ball. And we could take a removal capsule, and we could remove, we only have 26 symbols. Okay, we made the 150 rent payment with 63 left over, so 225 now due in 7 spins. Hexativary, let's take another removal capsule, and let's take a looting glove. I think will probably be better. Let's remove, so I've decided for this run not to remove the oysters and things that I am forced to take, even though I think the run will be a lot easier if I could take it. I could just take it and then immediately remove it. It defeat the spirit of the challenge, I believe. However, I can remove the things that they add. I don't think there'll be any problem with that. So let's take out a pearl. So that leads a few interesting things, like if we get the empty box that gives a removal capsule every 6 spins, I think that'd be great. We might be able to keep on top of it. Taking our 3rd oyster. Obviously a diver now would be great for us. Let's take another lucky capsule. Sunglasses as well would be great. I think they give a removal capsule. They give a removal capsule every turn if you have more than 4 or 6. I can't remember. I've never actually gotten them, but I know they exist. It exists as an item. So I took a thief there to get rid of the banana peel. I don't want a coconut hat. So at the moment we are quite far ahead of rent. We're basically scaling at the same level as rent. We made the 225 rent payment with 61 left over. 300 now due in 7 spins. And let's re-roll in the hopes of getting something better. Billionaire. Hexamidas. I guess we should take. And I'll take a guillotine. Let's remove. Okay, let's take out the cat, and let's take out the cherry. Let's take out some pearls. Okay, let's skip all of these. 33 per turn. We're not doing great, so that give me about 20 odd. Is it worth using up my key for? I don't think so. Let's skip. I could have taken a, I should have taken a bear there. Let's take another lucky capsule. Okay, we have to take a goose, unfortunately. We'll take a plum as it's better than a pearl. And here we don't want any of these. So the problem with these is that the oysters and the kinds are still giving only 1. Rusty gear, of course, would be great. And we had a lot of rare capsules there, but we didn't manage to find any. Either a diver or a geologist would have, I think, saved this run easily. But we didn't quite manage to find it, and we failed on the 300 rent payment. Let's give it a go. I can imagine this will be a very high variance run. Okay, let's take a dwarf. And here we could take a cheese. No, we will take a cheese. Okay, we'll take an anchor, I think. Possibly the dice would have been better. I'll take a bubble. And we made the first rent payment with 7 left over. Here, let's take, I wonder I assume things like Hex of Hoarding are not affected by conveyor belt. That'd be a bit too much, but it does. Oh no, that forces me to add a symbol. Well, that was stupid of me. I was like, oh, this will allow me to skip symbols every now and again, which could be good. Let's take a milk. Okay, it is worth 3 though, so it's not too bad. So I know an egg has a 10% chance of turning into a chicken, but because it doesn't add anything itself, we don't have to take it. And in fact, I won't. I do have to take something though, so I'll take a rabbit. Good hit there on the anchor. Give 5 for being in the corner. Okay, took a beer for the dwarf. Let's take another beer for the dwarf. Keeping our symbol count fairly low for the moment. And we made the 50 rent payment with 54 left over. Do I want a second Hex of Hoarding? They are worth 3. If I filled the entire deck with 3s, that would give me 60 per turn. Could work. Let's go for it. Okay, and should we take Oswald the Monkey? Lucky 7, wanted poster. Wanted poster would mean the thieves each give $12 per spin. Well, 11 per spin because they take away 1, but that's fantastic. Let's take a bronze arrow. Okay, we'll probably end up putting in a monkey at some stage or something. Let's take the banana. Okay, we don't want a banana peel, we don't want any of these. Let's skip. And here we could take a cat. No, a goldfish. They're just easier to get rid of. Goldfish bowl is pretty common. I think I see it on every run. Hex of Tedium. That would, so you're less likely to find commons and rares and things. I think of the items that add other symbols, things like the oysters are common. Is there any other common one? Hens, I don't think are common. Obviously bartenders, beehives and things like that, they aren't common. I think more of them are rare with the exception of oysters. So maybe if we stay away from the rares, it's also worth 3. This could be a strategy and just use rare capsules in order to get rares if we can. Okay, I could take another bronze arrow and I could take lint roller. Okay, let's take lint roller. And here we could take another anchor. Okay, 29. Let's take another beer for the dwarf. And here we could take a coal. It'll take a while to transform, but I think it's still worth it. Okay, 36. Let's take another coal. Okay, so we're getting like 1.5 per turn. I have to take a goose. That's okay. I don't mind the goose so much if it wasn't for the fact that it only gives 1. So we made the 150 rent payment with 75 left over. Not too bad. 225 now due in 7 spins. Hex of Emptiness could be a thing. But I think I'll take a removal capsule. And let's take Cursed Katana. Wouldn't mind picking up some ninjas. And here, the ninja is good, but Robin Hood I think is better. And out of these, we don't want any of these. Okay, we're forced to take something here. I think we could take a mouse, or we could take a ninja. It's worth 2. Okay, we don't want any of these. Let's skip. Okay, good hit there on the Robin Hood. Worth 50. Should not be worth 29. Ah, so it's not 29 and then doubled and then -4. It's 29 -4 and then doubled. Okay, let's take a wealthy capsule. Robin Hood is making the arrows worth something. I think that was a great change. Definitely makes Robin Hood much better. We'll take a goose there, as we are forced to. And we made our 225 rent payment with 78 left over, scaled pretty much exactly the same as rent. So 300 now due in 7 spins. Hex of Destruction, I think, would be great. We could take Lefty the Rabbit. That'll just be like 6 every 10 spins and possibly a chance of doubling. Let's take a milk for our cats. Okay, 52, that was a good payment. Let's take a bubble. I should probably use my removal of capsules. Let's skip this. Okay, we only have 26 symbols, so we're not doing too bad. Let's take out things like cherries and... I guess we could take out the pearl. I think we're okay though. Okay, 25, a sun. Do I want a sun? I did keep in the flower and it is worth 3, so I think it's worth taking. Hex of Destruction has yet to remove anything as far as I'm aware. I went Hex of okay, we have to take something here. I guess Shiny Pebble. I know it counteracts our Hexatedium a little bit, but yeah, nothing yet has been destroyed. Okay, decent hit there, good hit there. 27, no 12. They were not worth 3, 6, 12, yep. As they say, it pans out. Okay, my rent is due, so I made the 300 rent payment. Only 22 left over, which isn't great. 350 now due in 8 spins. Let's take a lucky capsule and let's take Ninja and Mouse. Okay, hopefully we get something decent here in our lucky capsule. Hex of Destruction took out a pearl. Another sun, okay. So we're getting 30 per spin and we need... What do we need? 270 in 6 spins, so just under 50 per spin. 40 per spin, 45 per spin. Not great. Only 25 on that spin. Let's take a buffing capsule, hopefully. Hopefully it hits something decent. There goes one of our anchors. We now have a diamond in play though, and next turn we should have another one. Okay, 70 per spin, that's great. Let's take another coal. Okay, good hit there on our buffing capsule. 50, and still only 50 per spin. That is not great. Let's re-roll and see. A beer, I think, is probably better. Okay, we managed to get a golden egg. Good hit there on our diamond, 52 per spin. 2 spins and we need about 45. About 40, well 35 per spin. Let's take a Hexamidas because we were first forced to, and I think it destroyed one of our Hexa hoardings. Let's take another ninja. Our ninjas are now worth 3 each, I think. Okay, hopefully this will be it. Yes, we did make rent payment. Only 10 left over, so we made the 350 with just 10 left over. 425 now due in 8 spins. Let's take a dame for our diamonds. And I think, okay. So Mori the Rabbit would give me a 1 extra. So I think checkered flag is definitely better. As long as we have Robin Hood, of course. Okay, let's take a second flower since we have the 2 suns. We only have 1 sun. Oh, one of our suns must have been taken out by the Hex of Destruction. Okay, that's a bit sad, but still. Let's take out this and this and this and this. How are we doing? 38 per spin. It's not great. I'll take a mouse for our cheese and let's remove. The anchor is okay. The rabbit is not great. Cheese is gone. I guess 2 items are about to be removed. Okay, Ninja Mouse paying off. Let's take a wine and actually gives 1 less. Is this a multiplier? It is. So the more ninjas we have, the more each ninja will be worth when it's taken out by the mouse. I'm starting to think this Hex of Destruction is not a good idea. Let's take out the Hex of Destruction. It just took out one of my ninjas there. And I'm like, ah. We actually have a deck that's full of fairly decent symbols. So I don't want it taken out by Hex of Destruction. I'll take a cheese for the mouse. How are we doing? We should make the next rent payment. Okay, this ninja should be worth a fair amount. 20, excellent. Let's take, do we want another hexatedium? I think we do. Okay, and we made the 425 rent payment with 96 left over, so a great scaling in that turn on that rent payment. 575 now due in 9 spins. Beehive is a must take. Eggs are destroyed when they're adjacent to cheese. We don't have any eggs. Let's take a time machine. We do have another diamond somewhere. 54 on that spin. Let's re-roll and take a lucky capsule. 46, is that enough? We need 375 in 7 spins, and if we get 40 per spin, that's 280. That's not enough. Let's take another wealthy capsule. What do we get? If we get 70 per spin, 70 by 70, 490, that would be enough. Let's take a cheese for the mouse. Mouse is worth 80 because it hit the cheese and then got hit by the ninja. That's a great result. Let's remove one of these kinds. That Hexamidas is giving us a lot of trouble at the moment. Let's skip this. Okay, and we must take the oyster. I don't think bar soap is affected by conveyor belt. Let's skip this one. Okay, our hope is on the next rent payment we get either a pirate or a geologist or diver. Although the pirate would be best. So we made that rent payment, 625. No, that's our next one. What was the last one? 500? Whatever. We made it with 75 left over. 625 now due in 9 spins. And we have to re-roll in order to get something better. Another dame is okay. What's our inventory? It's 3 diamonds. I think we have to try harder. Frozen fossil. This could be what we need. Let's take happy hour. Okay, let's remove. Oh, frozen fossil hitting next turn. That's great. if Frozen Fossil takes out the Hexamidas, we might have a run here. Okay, I don't want a milk. Let's skip this. I thought that only had one turn left. Damn it. Okay, let's take a beer and let's remove the Hex of Hoarding and the Hex of Tedium. Oh, excellent. So that's solved one of our problems. We're getting 57. Okay, so forced to add a Hexamidas. Hopefully this will be taken out fairly soon. 70 per spin. Let's take another wine for the dwarf. 57 per spin. We could take a Hex of Tedium. Okay, how are we doing? 3 spins, we need to get 250, so we need about 80. Need about 80 per spin. This is a big ask. We do have one of these coming up though. 40, that does not help. Come on, it can be done, I think. Okay, we made 80 that spin, so we need 125 this spin. It's unlikely, to say the least. Maybe if we gotten a dwarf and hit the dwarf and then gotten hit by an arrow, it had some chance. Okay, this run definitely was one of the highest chances we had. We didn't get any early Oyster, that definitely helped. Hexamidas did not help, but we could have, I think if we'd survived this rent payment, and we could have stabilized perhaps a few more removal capsules, possibly could have done it. Hex of Destruction, was it a good idea? Was it a bad idea? It took out, let's see what it took out. It took out a cat, a pearl, an anchor, and the sun of things I care. I might have taken out like cheeses and things, cheeses and beers perhaps, and a ninja. On the whole, I think Hex of Destruction probably not a good idea. Let's give it one more go. Okay, we'll take a cheese first. And I don't mind an anchor. Okay, here I guess I could take a 3-sided dice. And here a mouse for the cheese. And we made our first red payment with 10 left over. I'll take a coconut half and Lucky Cat. Let's go with Lucky Cat. One thing I was surprised about was how well Ninja and Mouse interacts with Mouse actually, or with that Ninja's blade, because it's a multiplier. Whenever it multiplies, whenever the mouse eats a cheese, but it also multiplies how big the ninjas are. So if you have Ninja's blade and Ninja Mouse, you definitely want as many ninjas and probably as many mice as possible. Let's skip this. With 2 oysters, I feel like this run perhaps doomed. Let's take a goose. 2 oysters and a goose, unless we can get an early diver or a geologist in order to clean up. If we can get an early geologist, not a problem. Now on this run though, I want Hex of Destruction. Let's go with Shiny Pebble. Let's see if we can stack the luck and try and find something good. Another cat is great for that. We should definitely start to get some rare symbols. Hex of Tedium I don't want. Hearts I also don't want. And we should have no problem making rent. The one thing with... Let's take a bronze arrow. The one thing with all these pearls is that it'll make the first few rent payments. No problem whatsoever. Let's skip this. And we made our 100 rent payment with 61 left over. So 150 now due in 6 spins. Hexamidas is a must take. Swapping device could definitely save this run. Now we just need to, I don't know, I guess put you in the middle. Okay, I could take a bear, it's worth 2. Oh, I'll just put the anchor in the corner for every spin. Makes the anchor worth 5. That's great. Do I want a lockbox? I don't think so. Put the anchor in the corner. I'll actually put the anchor in a corner that can get hit by the bronze arrow. Do I have a dwarf? I don't, so I'll take the dwarf. The anchor is already in the corner. Let's put you here. Okay, hexa draining I don't want. Let's take another tedium capsule, sure, gives 5. Let's put the anchor in the corner. And I don't particularly want another shiny pet. I'd take another cat though, really stack that look. Again, anchor in the corner. And we made 150 rent payment with 83 left over, 225 now due in 7 spins. We'll take a beehive and we'll take grey pepper. Let's use grey pepper to get rid of. We've coins now and we've pearls. I guess we can get rid of a cherry. 2 symbols to swap. Let's put the anchor in the corner. Don't want any of these. Let's skip. And there's nothing to do here. Okay, we should make our next rent payment. Do I want to take rain? Probably not. Do I have a toddler? I don't. Let's skip. And nothing to do here. I probably could have moved this to like there. Okay, I could take a safe. Anchor's in the corner. Let's move this to here. Okay, there's a second anchor. I guess I could take it just on the off chance that one of them would probably show up. Okay, we definitely need something like a clearer fairly soon. Now with swap and device, once we get the clearer, we should be able to do something good with it. So I'm going to, on my next rent payment, I'm going to use my re-rolls. I should have put the anchor in the corner, wasn't paying attention. But we made the 225 rent payment with 59 left over, 300 now due in 7 spins. None of these are good enough. None of these are good enough. Not good enough either. And not good enough. Do I want a billionaire? Let's take him. And protractor as well. This run has so much potential. We just need some way of clearing the board. Okay, we don't want another dwarf. Let's take an orange because it is better on average than most of our symbols. I don't want any of these. A bubble actually probably would have been better. We're not even getting anything to feed to our consumers. Doesn't matter here. Okay, 300 due in 3 spins. Let's take a target. Doesn't matter here. Let's put the anchor in the corner. Okay, this is wow. We were so close. I don't think I had an opportunity to eat the honey with the bear. I think the honey was new, but I mean, we got swapping device and we got protractor. If any run could have succeeded, it could have been this one. I'm going to give it one more go, but I feel like this challenge, well, it's definitely a lot of RNG, but that run, that last run, it could have been it. Even if we gotten like a few wines or beers or something. Let's take cultist. Let's take a monkey. Okay, 25, made that rent payment with 4 left over, which isn't great. Let's take a coconut for the monkey and we'll take a pool ball. Okay, I'll take a anchor. And a coconut half is the same as a beer in what they give once they're eaten. So I'll take the coconut half because it gives 2 until it is eaten. I don't want any of these. Let's skip this. With the monkey, we should have more than enough for a rent payment. Take a goose. And we made our 50 rent payment with 42 left over. 100 now due in 6 spins. Let's take a thief. And let's take jack-o'-lantern is great. That'll definitely help the toddler stay relevant for a lot longer. A second cultist is good, make them start paying off. And a second toddler, sure, gives 2. A third toddler, yeah, sure, why not? Let's take a shiny pebble. Okay, and let's take a buffing capsule. Decent hit there for the buffing capsule. And we made our 100 rent payment with 78 left over. 150 now due in 6 spins. Let's take a coconut half for the monkey. And let's take Maury the rabbit. Okay, let's skip all of these. Let's take a banana for the monkey. And another coconut for the monkey. Okay, Hexamidas is a must take. Goose is a must take. And we made our 150 rent payment with 70 left over. 225 now due in 7 spins. Another Hexamidas, unfortunately a must take. Ricky the banana. Sure. Okay, let's skip all of these. And let's skip all of these. Our thief is slowly building up. Sorry for the cut there, guys. I had to take a quick phone call. So I am back, and what are we up to? Just a quick refresher on our inventory. Probably take a buffing capsule, I reckon. Okay, it's a pity the thief couldn't get hit there. That would have been a fantastic turn. And I'll take a void creature. Okay, a lucky capsule. Oh, my mouse. Okay. Okay, Hexamidas really giving us trouble here. And okay, lucky capsule has not gone yet. We have to take the goose. So that's probably a good thing. And we made our 225 rent payment with 81 left over. 300 now due in 7 spins. Let's take a... wonder what happens if a lucky capsule and a tedium capsule go off at the same turn and you have capsule machine. Because that's 2 guaranteed rares and 2 guaranteed commons. If anyone knows, please let me know. I could take oil can and try and respin Hexamidas out of the rotation every time. Okay, there we got the thief as well for 75. Not great, but I have to take a cow. I'm inclined to think that without wanted poster, thief is an alright but not fantastic symbol. Let's take a third cultist. Okay, let's try and get rid of the Hexamidas. We managed to get 2 hexes of Midas, so it doesn't always work. Let's take a buffing capsule. Okay, excellent. We got our third cultist in as well, and a buffing capsule for a anchor in the corner. That was quite good. Let's respin this one in the hopes of getting the other cultist. No such luck. Let's skip this and let's use our removal. We have 4 gooses, or 4 geese, I guess. Let's just remove 4 kinds. Okay, let's try and get rid of this, although we did have the cat next to the milk, so okay, we have to take an oyster there. Let's try and get rid of the 2 oysters. Didn't work at all. I think the oil can may just rearrange the symbols rather than, obviously. So the oil can obviously does have the chance that the symbols won't reappear, but I don't think the symbols that you respin are rolled amongst all the symbols that are left, because otherwise you'd only have like a 1 in, what is there, 20 symbols on the board minus 4, 16, so like it'd have a 1 in 14 chance of reappearing, and it does seem to reappear more often than that. So I'm not entirely sure how oil can works. I'll have to look it up. I don't generally take it because it just adds length to the run, and I don't think it's that great. So, but we did make the 300 rent payment with 92 left over, 350 now due in 8 spins. Another Hex of Midas. We could add Lefty the Rabbit. Rabbit fluff is not the worst thing. Okay, I have no idea how Wildcan works. Let's take a lucky capsule. Okay. Let's take bar soap, would be great with all the toddlers that we have. Does the toddler eat the bar soap? I don't think so. Let's re-roll this one. Could pick up another cat for the amount of milk we're planning to get. Let's get a candy for the toddlers. Let's just keep the respin. And we're forced to take another oyster. I think that might be the death of this run, to be honest. Let's respin this. Okay, the toddler ate something. Let's pick up another toddler. If we can make the next rent payment. 350 due in 2 spins, forced to take another oyster. It's possible. If we get a good hit off the toddler, let's do this one and hopefully bring in some bubbles. Nope, such a luck. So we need 50 this spin. Okay, toddler's getting that. Cat's getting that. Let's respin this. Will this bring in 50? 47, is that enough? We are just by 1 over. Made the 350 rent payment with 1 left over. 425 due in 8 spins. And we need to get something good here. Silver arrow, not good enough. These, not good enough. Beehive, forced to take, as always, the risk with re-rolling. Let's take checkered flag, I guess. It's probably the best of those. Let's try and re-roll this to get the bubble in a better place. We didn't manage it. Let's take a buffing capsule. Let's try and re-roll this to get a toddler. No such luck. 53 on that spin though, not too bad. Let's take another buffing capsule. And let's re-roll this in order to get maybe a cat. Okay, we do have a dwarf, don't we? Yes, so wine is the best of those options. What can we do here? We can try and get a milk into that, I think was our best option. We would like to take another cultist, but forced to take another Hex of Midas. Okay, cat's getting the milk. Let's just re-roll this one to try and get rid of the Hex of Midas, which we did manage. And we'll skip this. Okay, I don't think we're making the next rent payment. Let's try and get rid of both of these. Okay, we brought in a Hex of Midas, that's not great. Let's see whether we find anything good. Another Hex of Midas. Not exactly what we were looking for. See if we can bring in a cat. We didn't manage. Like another cultist, sure, why not? Our inventory, I would say, is massive at the moment. Mahusive. And we didn't make rent. Yeah, with that run, 5 hexes of Midas, 3 oysters, 4 gooses, although they didn't affect. We did get 2 golden eggs. Grand, I guess. But yeah, 12 coins, completely bloated the deck out of all chance. If we had gotten Rusty Gear perhaps, or even King Midas with him making coins better, obviously Pirates would have been fantastic. But we didn't do too bad, 425. But yes, this challenge, very difficult. I'd like to see, I don't know if you guys are aware if anyone else has actually done it or anything simple. If you are, please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and subscribe to see more. We'll be back tomorrow with a just a normal floor 9 run, so subscribe to be notified when that happens. And until next time guys, cheers for now.